Hey guys, today is day 13 of Millionaire MBA, Mentoring by Audio. So, the topic for today is goals and focus. And what we learned, what was learned today was written goals program the subconscious mind. That goals are stepping stones to success, and you need to focus on your goals and not get distracted. So I'm just gonna go down my notes from the RTO, and here they are. Goals are dreams with deadlines. I agree with that. And he put it so literally that you know they do have deadlines, and I I remember um, watching a video on how Facebook was how they it was like an inside look in how Facebook employees worked, and they had this like clock where it was like a countdown and it was when a project needed to be done, and they were racing against the clock, and I was like, hey, that is a deadline. So so some of the successful companies do have goals. So that's real. Uh, so yeah, I didn't know that. I mean I knew it, but it was kind of like I wasn't very aware of the specifics that it was a deadline. But there are dreams too. But I don't know. Just put it out there literally. Um, so yeah. The next one is clearly written goals and a burning desire. So you gotta write clearly written goals and have a burning desire. Um, I had, for me, I had written goals, and actually I have 101 type goals that I want to achieve later on. But the immediate goals, I don't really. Well, I did. I just did it tonight, so I got something to focus my mind on, and they're written down. But the I think the last time I'd done that before I did the 101 goal list was I did it through my journal, and I think I did. Um, I think last year on my birthday, I wrote when I turned 23 that I want to do this and this and three and this, and I think I achieved one of them. One of them was to quit Walmart, and the other one were really close. The other two were really close. It was the finding my wife. Actually, I did. I don't know. That one is I don't know yet. And then because I did meet somebody, but I'm not sure. And then like starting my business, and that has not happened yet. So but it came very close. It came like a few months later. But has it, you try, but it gives you, what do you call it? It gives you a good feeling. So anyways, the next one is you need to be clear with that, so you do wacky things. So you gotta be clear with that, so you do wacky things. Um, yeah, you gotta do wacky things, and I don't know why I wrote this down, but I did write it down because the lady, she did wacky things, and it was because she wrote these down, or because she wanted to program her mind, and it made her do wacky things like that when trying to be clear on what your goals are. And I think she had it on her phone. Yeah, that's what it was. She had messages pop up on her phone, and it reminded her of her goals. So I guess that was a wacky thing for her. Okay, the next one is self brainwashing, and this ties in with the previous list. Um, so self brainwashing, the sushi one of the sushi entrepreneurs, he did this. He self brainwashed himself by putting he put his goals in his music player, and then he'll just listen to it while he's running. Or so that's like to the extreme, but he wanted to achieve it, and you got to program your subconscious mind to bring what you want from it. So the next one is countdown of completion of the goal, or countdown on the completion of the goal on the calendar on the wall. So I need a calendar in which I count down to the completion of the goal, and this really makes you focus, and makes you really committed, because you have a countdown, and you're committed to it, and you just gotta focus and make sure you do it, and think of ways to get there faster before your deadline's up. So yeah, it really makes you to go do the action and stuff. So the next one is, there's no better feeling than having a goal in mind and beating it. So yeah, I had the goal of quitting Walmart, and it was awesome. It was a good feeling, man, because I just hated working for somebody and being told what to do, and just doing work I didn't like to do. But yeah, it was a great feeling, and I'm sure the next few goals I have that I've written down would have the same feeling. The next one is, can we see the goal attainable in your mind's eye? So you gotta ask the question, can you see the goal attainable in your mind's eye? Because if it's not, if you can't have it in that time frame, then you can't achieve it, because you can't conceive it. So the one goal that I have that's pretty out there is making $100,000 in a year. Now that's pretty out there, because but that is a lot of money for me. That is, I mean, that's like 6 figures right there. And if I had that in a year, I would be buying like a new car, and having a house. I'll be out of this camper, man. So yeah, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot more money than most people make here. So in a year. So yeah, that would be really a neat experience, and have that really good feeling about it. So, but do I believe it's attainable? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think it's attainable. I think I could believe it. I think I could, go after it and figure out ways to do it. I mean, it's worth a shot. You might as well stretch yourself. Let's see. The next one is, when the commitment is stronger than the fear, is when the goal is attained. So the commitment is very vital, and commitment is something you need. For me, commitment, being committed, that's something I've been struggling with. How do you become committed? You got to block everything else out and focus 100% on your commitment or goal. So it's pretty much 100% focus on what you're doing, and leaving other outside influence to arrest, and just making sure you're doing everything you can to achieve this goal. So it's gotta be stronger than the fear. So the fear cannot come in when you're committed, because when you're definite with your commitment, then that's all you're thinking, and fear can't come in when you're definite. So it was from a book I read. Okay, the next one is, this are better than business plan because you can just cross it out when it's done. So this, yeah, I do have 101 goal lists, and yeah, basically all you have to do is cross it out, and it's done. But a business plan, well, this will go into like the business. So this goes in toward the business, having a business list. I do have a business list. So I don't really like business plans because they're so time consuming. Like, you don't know this one way is going to work or not, and then when it doesn't, then you have to rewrite the whole thing again. And I don't know. I'm pretty heady, and I'm pretty active in my mind, so I really don't need it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, list. I do have a list, so that's good. I do got a list. Okay, the next one is, you got to exactly pin down what you got to do and make sure you're doing it. So this was the one guy he said, and I was like, wow, that's really good. So I wrote it down, and luckily he didn't speak fast right after that, and he did like he backtracked it, and then he came back with the last part. You gotta pin down exactly what you got to do. So this is kind of like non-drifting, in which you figure out, like, non-drifting is not letting yourself be permitted to not non-drifting is not letting yourself be permitted to influence or control by anything outside of your mind. So basically it's kind of like making sure that you know every possible way in which you can achieve that goal. I don't know. Like, you gotta exactly pin down what you got to do. So non-drifting would be like, well, for soccer, I did exercise, I did deep breathing, I went vegetarian, I did team practices every day. I looked at video, and and I try to non-drift when I'm out there on the field, and know that everybody's equal, and that you can't be your will cannot be more powerful than me. So, just making sure that, and the goal is not to make sure that the ball doesn't get in the goal, and you do whatever it takes. So, doing whatever it takes in what you got to do. So you gotta pin down exactly what you gotta do. So the goal for me is to launch my business before the summer ends. So you gotta pin down what exactly you got to do in order to launch. So I got a lot of things. I got a number of things to do. So so you gotta figure out. So you gotta do wherever it takes to get those needs done in that limited time frame, which is about 40 days. Is that right? 35, and then you got 15 more days. So that's 40, 50 days. So I got 50 days to accomplish my objective here. So I'm gonna have to figure out every single detail out, and make sure I'm doing it. Make sure that's the initiative, So I gotta do whatever it takes to achieve whatever's on my list of goals. So for launching the business. So yeah. So you just be the non-drifter, find every single advantage you can to become to cross off that list, of launching the business. But you also gotta learn like the stuff on the list too, making sure you know whatever it takes to clear off that list, So yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm pretty clear on that now. Took me a while. Let's see, the next thing is 100% focus on one business, and when managers are in place, then you can start another one. So the first part was 100% focus, but I forgot what that dude was talking about. And then another dude came on, and he said something about the managers, like one business and then starting the next business. And so I wrote it down, and like, if I know that if this one business gets successful, then I know that I want to be in another business, because I know that if I achieve this one business, then I know anything's possible. So I would definitely have another business, in which would probably be something more that would be in my highest joy, something that I really believe in and want to do to help Mother Earth out, and to help the people on Earth, and stuff like that. But it says when managers are in place, then you can start another one. So I gotta have managers in place in order to do that. And so I guess for me, manager is like something I could put it, since I'm like online, and I would be a manager, but it would be like repeatability, in which where it's like systematically, like I know this and I have a foot on it, and I know what I'm doing, and it's not a problem anymore. I don't have to worry about it. It's just systematic. So once it's like systematic, then I can start another one, I think. Okay, the next one is the act of writing down your goal makes your subconscious mind into overdrive. So yeah, writing this goal is you just put it on paper. You just have a visual of this goal in your mind because it's on paper, and there's no hiding it. It's physical, and your mind has to conceive that and perceive it. So yeah, that's all I wrote down for that. For the audio, and the thing that I had was, this was an interesting statistic. Like, they had a study at Yale University for the class of for a group of graduate students in 1954, and 3% of them had clear written goals documenting the exact monetary amount of wealth that they wanted to achieve, and and the rest of them didn't have that written down. So and after 20 years, there was a follow-up study, and the statistics discovered that out of the 100% of the graduates from 1954, the 3% who had clear written goals started stating the exact monetary amount that they wanted to achieve had created a combined personal wealth that outperformed the remaining 97% of the class. So that, to me, is just amazing, because that's the power of writing down a goal, and I guess that's the burning desire of wanting to achieve that. So was it 100%? Yeah, the combined personal wealth of that 3% outperformed the remaining 97% of the class. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, the next thing is so these are the goals I have. It says I have made a commitment to the following goals. So there's 3 of them, and one is to make $100,000 in a year, and I believe it's attainable. I believe it's possible. Number 2 is launch my biz before summer ends, which is September 21st. So I have around 50 days from tonight to achieve this goal. So I gotta do whatever it takes to get my list done and cross out from my business list. And it'd be a lot of strategizing and breaking down obstacles. So I won't be spending like 100% of my time on that, I would think. Let's see, the next goal is have a real store within 5 years. This is what the psychic told me, that I'll have a real store within 5 years. So and this is with me being 100% committed to this. So I'm just now beginning to do that, and we'll see if I can achieve that. and you know, I believe that's possible too. I mean, 5 years is pretty far out. A lot of things can happen by then, and I probably gain self-confidence when I start receiving stuff and getting feedback, and maybe a testimonial here or there. It'll just build up my confidence and make me want to improve and get better, and really go after the second goal. I mean, the first goal, because you know, because $100,000 a year is quite a lot of money. I can't imagine having more than that in the next year and the next year, and I can see profound wealth coming upon me if it just keeps growing like that. And since my business can stretch, especially in the decor department, I can see making 7 figures maybe, and hopefully the 8-figure mark that I have down in my 101 goal list. So yeah, and I put my name down. Regards, Arthur Wonsakohui. And so yeah, that was it. And that was real interesting. The next one is stress and pressure. But yeah, goals are. This really opened my eyes on goal setting, and I do see why having goals is really important, and the need for them, and why, and all these entrepreneurs had goals, and this is something I didn't have recently, and I'm going to do it, and doing the goals and writing down goals and programming them in my subconscious mind, having brainwashed myself and have that burning desire, and like have that good feeling when I completed them. So oh yeah, I have that calendar on the wall. I gotta have the calendar on the wall. I do have a calendar on the wall. So I need to do that. And let's see. So basically, writing down your goal and have a deadline. Have a deadline. Yeah, that was it. I don't think I had a deadline for the other one. Did I have a deadline? Yeah, I did have a deadline for it. Okay, never mind. Let's see. I'm just looking through this. And you see the goal attainable. Commitment. You gotta pin down exactly what you gotta do and make sure you're doing it. So yeah, I have a list. So yeah, and I guess I'll see y'all next time.